My name is Todd King. I am the Chief of Police of Spring and Spray Township. I've been employed with Spring and Spray Township for 24 years now. The real reason I got involved in police work to begin with was the feeling of duty, the feeling of wanting to serve the community, wanting to help people. They always say, why did you get into policing? Oh, I want to help people. Well, ironically, that's true. That's what you're going to find with the majority of police officers.
My name is Pastor Bill Kearney. A lot of folks call me Bill. I'm pastor Covenant Family Ministries here in York, PA. I'm also president of the Black Ministers Association, the BMA of York. The family and I moved to Central PA back in 1993. We started attending Carice Cathedral, served under this ministry for 23 years. And serve the man of God, serve the community, serve the ministry. There was a great concern. I was troubled, especially when I saw the riots in Baltimore taking place after the Freddie Gray incident that took place with the police.
The Freddie Gray incident that happened in Baltimore, that's only 45 minutes from here. There was a lot of tension. There was a lot of feeling of hurt. There was a lot of feeling of injustice, much like we have today.
And the city, the rioting that took place there, that was a burden, especially because we were in the 50th year anniversary of the riots here in York, PA. It was fresh in people's minds. And I went to the Lord. Lord, what's going on here? This is so close to York. This is so close to our city. That spirit of unrest, that spirit of rioting, that spirit of turmoil that could come here to York, what do we need to do about that? What can I do about that? And the Lord spoke, as he usually do. He said, start a dialogue. Open up a dialogue with the police.
At that time, it was we were trying to think of things to do, trying to think of ways to counteract this. How do we get out into the community? And by providence, along came the pastors from the York area, who had the same vision of what can we do? We're at that boiling point. How do we get past this? How do we make us one community? How do we come together in unity rather than be separated apart by division?
We started a dialogue. We started communication. We started building a relationship. Took us 2 years initially to build a trust factor in that relationship with our police chiefs. It's about people. It's about knowing people. It's about communicating with people. It's about developing relationships with people. It's about a network of people that you surround yourself with. So God has called me to lead an initiative here in York to bring us together as one. And it's basically about what Philippians chapter 4, verse 3 talks about, the unity in the body. We're being led to bring people together.
The group that we meet with is the Pastors and Chiefs Association of York. The group started in about 4 years ago in 2016, and it began right after the riots in Baltimore, after the Freddie Gray incident. Our goal and the reason that we meet is we want York to thrive as a one York community. Everybody to have the same ability, the same opportunity, and to be equitable across the board and to serve our community in a way that we are serving everybody with the same purpose.
The first night of us coming together, we felt, and it was on both sides, the police chiefs didn't know what to expect. We as clergy and community leaders, we didn't know what to expect. but we found out immediately tension. Tension was so heavy in the room that you could slice it with a knife.
What made the conversation so hard and difficult was just basically the completely different points of view, the not understanding what was actually occurring. Everybody came into the room, brought their own biases with them, brought their own thought processes with them. It made it very difficult because people didn't understand what policing was about. They didn't understand. A lot of thought processes, a lot of rumors got out there about what we do and what we don't do. And what was really nice about it was the open-mindedness, being able to bring people in from a differing background.
To work. Why? Because we want a better community. We want a safe community. We want our police department safe. We want our community safe. So we came to show, first of all, support. I'm speaking from the clergy side of the fence. We came to offer our support. We came to lay a platform that, listen, we support police. Why? Because we as clergy understand authority. We understand the submission to authority. Police chiefs, the police that was present, thought that we was just going to attack them because of what happened in other cities. It wasn't about that. We wanted to come and have dialogue about what was taking place in other cities and how we could avoid it from happening in our city.
There was a story that was told by Pastor Ramona to the former chief at the time, Chief Stump. And when he brought that back from the group and told us about this conversation, she said to us that she actually warns her kids, her grown adult children, about coming into Springettsbury, how it could be dangerous for them to come into Springettsbury. And that floored me. I spend my time trying to make Springettsbury the safest place it can be. From the time I'm an officer to the time I'm coming up through the ranks to where I am now. And for somebody to say that Springettsbury is dangerous and we can't even traverse Springettsbury after dark, that was unbelievable. That was like the aha moment. The light came on and said, wow.
Change started to take place the night of that meeting. From that meeting on, from that day forward, we were able to have dialogue and build a relationship based on trust.
We brought the Department of Justice in and had them do a comprehensive study of our police department. Basically opened the hood, said, here it is, look at it, tell us where we're blind, tell us what we're doing good, what we're doing wrong. And we actually invited people in to train with us. So we had officers training right alongside pastors, members of the community leaders.
They invited the community in because they were looking, first of all, to develop their policy on community relationship. I never had a relationship with a police officer or a police department before. This was new to me. And again, being led by the Lord, I'm saying, Lord, I don't know how to receive this, how to do this. He said, go, just go and observe. And it was such a learning experience that we brought back so much valuable information that we implemented and we spoke about to our collaboration that helped us develop policies, develop procedures, develop strategies on what we could do to make us better and move forward to developing One York.
It's changed the way we do things. And I lend a lot of that to this group. Where we're at now is a much better place because we build a relationship with each other. We respect each other. And respect, a lot of times today, people don't realize respect doesn't mean you agree with each other. Because there's plenty of times in those meetings where we disagree. We come from different backgrounds, different points of view, and it's okay to disagree. I think the false narrative we get sold today is that if we disagree with each other, that means we hate each other. That means we have to be divided. That means you have to agree with me or I shout down the opposing view. If I go into a situation and I don't see things the same way another person does, I can get information from that person. There's something they have to share that might change my opinion. It might reinforce my opinion. It might send me down another thought process, another thought path. And to me, it would be exceedingly arrogant of me to think that I'm the only one that has the way.
Our nation is in the condition that they're in because we have left God out of the equation. We have forgotten about God. We've forgotten about who God is. And until we start acknowledging that God is sovereign, that God is supreme, and I want people to understand that we can do nothing without God being out in the forefront. He led us.
Are there 4 or 5 things?
So if we came into this meeting aggressive, if we came into this meeting thinking that we knew everything and we knew the hearts of the police, we would have never got anywhere. But I think because police chiefs and police and clergy were humble, that was a posture that I think we all took. God was able to do something magnificent. And that's why we can continue today, 4 years later, because we started out our posture in a posture of humility.
We're all friends. We're all family. We all have the same goal. We all want the same thing for the community. Were we approaching it from different angles? Yeah, we were. But now, even though we're still coming at it from different angles, we all share the same goal. We want the one York. We want the unity where everybody's treated with equity. Everybody has, a voice. And we want to be able to hear those voices. But taking the time to listen, knowing that the person on the other end of that relationship is not in this for any other thing other than the same goal you are, to make things better and to make things unified. That makes all the difference in the world.
What it helped me to realize was that our police officers are human too. They have a job to do, but they have a human side of this thing also. At the end of the day, they want to return home safe. They want to do their job with excellence. Now, I'm sure there are police officers that abuse the authority, and we need to speak to that. We need to speak truth to power, and we need to identify those individuals that exercise extreme force, force that is not necessary. We need to speak to those things that are unjust. But basically, police officers want to perform their job in an excellent way. They want to police our communities in fairness. I believe that with my whole heart. But I didn't realize that. I did not understand that until I started having dialogue with our police chiefs.
Quite honestly, I talked to Pastor Bill a couple weeks ago and said we need to get back together again because this group is uplifting for me. It literally gives me a sense of peace after talking, hashing out issues, bringing up things that really it's difficult to bring up in any other venue, and then hearing the other point of view. It lifts my spirit. They're such great people and just so rich in their passion and their faith. They have an amazing heart not only for God but for their community. I would like to see the Pastors and Chiefs Association expand. I'd like to see them be an example of what can happen when people sit down and have a true and honest conversation and build relationships. I'd like to see us continue to build relationships. And I have a hope that example would then spread throughout the community and that people would realize that you can have a relationship with somebody who doesn't look like you, doesn't think like you. That would be the the greatest accomplishment I think we could get, bringing that community together, bringing us all into that one York concept.
We're in a hard place. We're in a hard place. But what I love is because I can see this, because I have a relationship with the one that's able to do exceedingly above all that we can even ask or think. Because I have that relationship, I have hope. I have a hope, man, that what we are doing, because it's God-led, God's going to bring about the change.